In a humble Persian home, a baby's first cry echoes, and history's most overachieving toddler just entered the chat. First, let's set the stage. Here's the world our story unfolds in, around 1020, with Hamadan right at the heart of it. Ibn Sina's dad is a governor, which means connections, but his son's brain is the real VIP pass. This kid memorizes the Quran by age 10. By 16, he's a doctor, but not just any doctor. He's the kind who reads Aristotle for fun and finds it too easy. When a Samanid ruler, Nuh ibn Mansur, falls ill, the court's best doctors throw up their hands. Ibn Sina strolls in like he owns the place, and basically does, after he cures the guy. His reward? Access to the royal library. To Ibn Sina, that's better than gold. It's a treasure trove of knowledge, and he's about to hoard it all. But politics in Bukhara is a mess. The Samanids are crumbling, and Ibn Sina's patron dies. Time to hit the road, because a genius without a job is just a homeless guy with a library card. At age 10, Ibn Sina has already memorized the Quran. His teacher is thrilled. The neighbors are starting to suspect witchcraft. He dives into logic, math, and natural sciences. His brain is basically a library, but with better lighting and zero late fees. Then comes Aristotle's Metaphysics. He reads it 40 times. Still nothing. It's like trying to understand a meme from ancient Greece. Until he stumbles on al-Farabi's commentary. Suddenly it all clicks. He's so happy, he practically reenacts the I get it now dance. The Sultan's doctors have given up, but Ibn Sina just rolls up his sleeves. He's 17, he's cocky, and he's about to save a kingdom. While the old docs argue about leeches, Ibn Sina takes one look and diagnoses a stomach ailment. The court gasps. He's not even old enough to grow a proper beard. He prescribes a diet, some herbs, and a whole lot of patience. The Sultan, desperate, tries it. Spoiler, it works. The court is stunned. The Sultan recovers fully, and in gratitude, he grants Ibn Sina access to the royal library. It's like giving a kid the keys to a candy store, except the candy is rare manuscripts. Ibn Sina strolls into the royal library like a kid in a candy store, except the candy is scrolls and the store is bigger than his house. For years, he devours every book. His brain becomes a sponge, his notes a second library. The staff start calling him the walking index. By 18, he claims to have mastered everything: medicine, math, logic, even metaphysics. His teachers are either impressed or terrified. Mostly terrified. He's not just smart, he's annoyingly smart. He corrects his teacher's mistakes in public with a smile. They start avoiding him in the hallways. Bukhara burns behind him, and Ibn Sina's scholarship gig just went up in smoke. Time to pack the brain and hit the road. The Samanids' 1,000-year book club is officially disbanded. Ibn Sina's patron is gone, and so is his cushy library card. Khwarazm welcomes the walking encyclopedia with open arms. Little do they know, he's about to correct their grammar and their astronomy. And here's Hamadan up close, where our story really plays out. Now the big move, the road from Bukhara to Hamadan. Ibn Sina arrives in Khwarazm and finds the world's most exclusive book club, minus the books, plus a whole lot of ego. The scholars circle him like sharks smelling fresh brains. The debates begin. Ibn Sina argues about the nature of the soul, while al-Biruni asks about the Earth's rotation. It's like a medieval academic rap battle, and Ibn Sina's flow is unstoppable. Ibn Sina corrects al-Biruni's geometry, then al-Masih's logic, then the gardener's pruning technique. The scholars start to realize they've invited a human hurricane into their peaceful oasis. But instead of kicking him out, they're hooked. They form a study group that would put any modern think tank to shame, minus the coffee, plus the constant bickering. The welcome committee in Khwarazm turns into a please leave committee. Ibn Sina packs his books, his ego, and his student Juzjani. 2 travelers, 1 camel, and a whole lot of sand. Ibn Sina and Juzjani bounce across the desert like a pair of very smart, very grumpy raisins. Behind them, Khwarazm shrinks to a dot. Ahead, Gorgan's towers shimmer like a mirage, or, an actual city. After weeks of sand in places sand shouldn't be, they finally roll into Gorgan. Cue the welcome banner. Just kidding, it's just a dusty street. In Gorgan, Ibn Sina finally has a desk that isn't a camel. He cracks his knuckles and decides to write down every medical fact known to humanity. The first page? The Canon of medicine. The second page? More medicine. By page 3, he's basically inventing the medical textbook. But a genius needs a patron, and who should knock but Abu Muhammad al-Razi, a rich guy with a library and a pulse. Perfect. Al-Razi takes one look at the manuscript and opens his wallet so fast it makes a boing sound. Ibn Sina just gained a sugar daddy of science. In Hamadan, Ibn Sina gets a royal summons. The Buyid ruler Shams al-Dawla has a bellyache, and rumor has it Ibn Sina can cure a stone if you point him at it. One cure later, and Shams al-Dawla is so grateful he makes Ibn Sina his vizier. That's right, doctor, philosopher, and now prime minister. Talk about a career change. But being vizier is like being the guy who fixes the plumbing in a palace full of scheming plumbers. The courtiers start plotting against him faster than you can say intrigue. The plot thickens. A rival physician, Abu Ja'far, spreads rumors that Ibn Sina's cures are just luck. Ibn Sina responds by curing the court's pet parrot. Boom! Mic drop. Shams al-Dawla is impressed, but the vizier's job is a poison chalice. When a ruler falls ill again, Ibn Sina's enemies whisper that he's poisoning him. Oh, the irony. With Shams al-Dawla dead, the vizier's chair becomes a hot potato. Ibn Sina's political rivals see their chance and slam the cell door shut. But Ibn Sina doesn't mope. He looks around, shrugs, and thinks, finally, some quiet time to write my encyclopedia of philosophy. Days turn into weeks. Ibn Sina's quill scratches furiously, turning prison walls into a library and his captors into unpaid research assistants. When the political dust settles, the new ruler realizes he's holding a genius in a cage. He releases Ibn Sina, who walks out holding a finished book like a trophy. The road to Isfahan is long, dusty, and thanks to a certain vizier-shaped headache, blissfully free of politics. Ibn Sina's horse has never been so relaxed. Isfahan's gates loom ahead, and Ibn Sina feels like a rock star arriving at the afterparty. The guards don't just salute, they practically roll out a red carpet made of flowers and good vibes. Allah al-Dawla, the Kakuyid ruler, greets Ibn Sina with open arms and a smile that says, "Please fix my kingdom's headaches and also my personal indigestion." Within a week, Ibn Sina is the trusted advisor who knows everything, except why his soup is always cold by the time it reaches him. Royal kitchens, am I right? In Isfahan, Ibn Sina's quill finally rests. The Canon of medicine is done, 1,000 pages of how to not die that will outlive every empire he's ever served. The Canon is so thorough, it'll be the go-to medical guide in European universities for 6 centuries. 600 years of students memorizing Ibn Sina's homework. But wait, there's more. Ibn Sina also writes the Book of Healing, a massive encyclopedia of philosophy and science. Because one magnum opus just isn't enough for a guy who's been dead tired. The Book of Healing covers everything from logic to music to psychology. It's like a Swiss Army knife for the mind, except the blade is why your humors are out of whack. In Isfahan, Ibn Sina points his astrolabe at the stars, muttering, "Ptolemy, my friend, you've got the math all wrong." He scribbles corrections to Ptolemy's star charts, turning astronomy into a cosmic game of spot the mistake. But wait, there's more. He also studies rocks and weather, because why conquer medicine and philosophy when you can add geology? His book on minerals becomes the go-to guide for rock hounds, and his weather notes make meteorologists nod approvingly. 1037. Hamadan. Ibn Sina's stomach throws a tantrum he can't cure. Colic, the great physician's final diagnosis. The great mind slips away, but not before dictating his last works. Even death gets an appointment with the genius. Hamadan weeps. The man who healed thousands can't heal himself. Irony has a cruel prescription. His tomb rises in Hamadan, a dome that will outshine his critics and a pilgrimage site for future med students. In 12th century Toledo, Gerard of Cremona squints at an Arabic manuscript, muttering, "My Latin is rusty, but my ambition is shiny." He translates the canon into Latin, and suddenly every European doctor's bookshelf gets a new, terrifyingly thick paperweight. European universities adopt it as the textbook. Sorry, Hippocrates, but there's a new medical boss in town, and he's got a fancy Latin name. For 6 centuries, European medics swear by it. Ibn Sina's ghost does a little victory wiggle in his tomb. Renaissance Italy, 1500s. A professor waves a hefty book, the Canon, at a lecture hall of bored students. "This is your Bible," he says. "Memorize it." The students groan, but they also take notes, because this book has cured more people than any professor in the room. It's the medical equivalent of a cheat code. Meanwhile, William Harvey, a future doctor, reads the Canon. Wait, the heart pumps blood. He's about to drop a truth bomb on medical history. By 1650, the Canon is still the standard. But new ideas are bubbling. Harvey's discovery of blood circulation is the first crack in Avicenna's monument.